With the MMA world awaiting UFC lightweight champion Conor McGregor's UFC return, the general consensus is that the polarizing Irishman will face interim champion Tony Ferguson when he does set foot back in the cage. The initial thought was that the UFC would book McGregor's foregone conclusion of a trilogy bout with Nate Diaz, but fan interest in terms of a meritocracy standpoint, at least in the minds of hardcore MMA fans, has seemingly shifted that focus to a bout with El Cougai, with much of the MMA world screaming for McGregor to finally defend one of his titles. Even the Notorious himself has admitted it's time to legitimize the rankings, which suggests a bout with Ferguson is next up for the UFC's biggest superstar. So with that match seemingly on the horizon, discussion about the fight's outcome is beginning to surface in the fight world. That was the case when McGregor's training partner and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu phenom Dylan Doniz met up with Submission Radio via Bloody Elbow recently, where the outspoken grappler revealed his thoughts that McGregor would match or even surpass Ferguson on the ground despite the interim champion's stellar reputation for finishing fights by submission. Don't know what people judge that off. I don't know why they would say he has a superior advantage on the ground or stuff like that. People don't even know what Conor's jiu-jitsu is like, so, with me training with Conor so much in his jiu-jitsus, I feel like he'll be fine on the ground or even better than Ferguson. That may be a tough sell, but many are giving McGregor a clear edge on the feet, and justifiably so, as Ferguson has shown a penchant for sticking his chin high up in the air during his fights. With a solid chin, he takes a shot to land one or two of his own, but Doniz said that's path to certain demise against McGregor. I think Conor's going to pick him apart on the feet, most likely knock him out earlier. He can probably do whatever he wants with him. Tony's very sloppy. If you watch his fights, he gets hit a lot, and when you get hit against Conor you go out. As for whether or not the fight will happen, Doniz believes it will, as Ferguson's recent call-out online has McGregor wanting to shut his mouth. He would think Tony Ferguson next because he won and Conor is gonna defend the belt and stuff like that. And me knowing Conor, Tony Ferguson is talking a lot of shit and I know Conor is gonna wanna shut him up. So I can see that happening. Next, Joni Hendricks announces high-profile camp change for UFC 217.